What's up guys? In this video we will talk about how to find the best NSFW subreddits for your model, and yeah, let's get right into this video. We will start going on to Reddit. What you will have to do before that is that you will have to take a closer look at your model. Where can you niche your model at the moment? And this is what we're looking mainly for in order to actually start this research. We're looking for everything. We're looking at the body type. We're looking at where is she from? Is she Latina? Is she Asian? Is she maybe Central European? Is she more of like a Russian girl? Something like this. And you're trying to figure out where she could be from. And once you made that decision, so once you've written those USP, unique selling points and niches down where she could fit in, you will go onto Reddit like I did here. And we will go here in the Reddit search bar and we will type in, let's do it for someone who is Asian, and we will just put in Asian. What will happen now is that the biggest subreddits related to Asian will get displayed here. We can take these subreddits now and put them into our list. But this is like not the way how I want to do the research. I want to do a more detailed research. I want to go more into detail. And normally I actually used to do it with then going in the subreddit, going onto the other user's profile and then checking through their entire posting history. What we can do now is, due to this tool here, Redscope ProBot, we are able to actually automate an entire process. And what we did now is we saw those subreddits. What we can do is we can take the biggest one, for example, Asians Gone Wild, and we will simply write this down in the subreddit scraper, as I see. And then we will start the scraping process. What you can do besides this here is you can also put in the other subreddits. Of course, this is possible as well. Don't hesitate to do that. But for me personally, I always start with the biggest one. And this is like working the best. Let's check if the results are already in. This normally takes like 30 seconds to a minute, so I will pause until this is done. Okay, so now the scraping process is completely done. What we can do now is we can see all the subreddits in which the 50 users we scanned from the hot page, the last 50 users, posted their last 50 posts. This is like a very long subreddit list. What is causing the fact that we're putting in Asians Gone Wild is that we will get a lot of users scanned that are Asian looking and only posting in Asians Gone Wild. And like if they post in Asians Gone Wild, this means they have to be Asian to some point. And it means also that on their profile there will be a lot of Asian subreddits. And what we can see now, in those 50 scanned users, we found 450 free NSFW subreddits, and we know now that there will be a lot of Asian shit in there. And what we can see now is we will get a long list of subreddits related to Asian, and this is exactly what we're looking for. We can filter these from size to whatever, but what I like to do is normally let's go back to the first thing. Okay, now it's we can go back, but we can just go into NSFW and filter there, and then we will get all the biggest subreddits listed up in a list, and this is what we're looking for. What I like to do instead of just filtering this here is use this function here and, for example, write in Asian, because now, as you can see, there's literally anything in regards to Asian subreddits, and there's anything you need in order to start posting on Reddit. And honestly, in my opinion, this is an absolute cheat code, because as you can see, we were like, this video is going 3 minutes and 50 seconds and we already have a list just for subreddits that are called Asian of like, let's say 50 to 60. You can do an export Excel as well. You can export this here and just take a look at it. But this is, in my opinion, absolutely amazing in order to do research. What I know though is that there's also Asian subreddits that are not having Asian in it. This is why, for me, for example, it is still good to sometimes go into the lists itself and also on the users and check manually, because this, for example, is also one which is Asian related but isn't called Asian directly. And this is, or I think white man, Asian female. This one is also one which is Asian related but not in there. But if you want to get, like, let's say 95% of the subreddits, using this scraper will already be enough for you. You can just literally find, I would say, I have like a very big Asian list with also all this shit inside of it, but I would say this is 95% of the Asian subreddit you will find. We can do the exact same, by the way, also for MILF. Let's do that. Let's go in here and just put in MILF. And as we can see, okay, we have MILF here now. And what we do now is we just put in the biggest subreddit, which is called MILFs, but let's do another one. Let's do MILF body just out of interest, and let's scrape there, and I will pause the video again and then get back to you. So just scanned again 1 minute approximately, and as we can see in this case we found way more subreddits even, and again insane what we get here. But what I can tell you from experience as well, this one is also one which is interesting for us, but in this case if we're filtering for MILF we need to do a bit more keywords. Means we can go for MILF in here, but we can also go for cowgirls, we can go for older woman maybe. Okay, well, we can go for wife. Sorry, this one is a good one. And that way you are also able to filter out. Don't just always go for the same name which you scan, or like if you scan MILFs, then not just only go for MILFs. Actually check through the list which you are getting, because yes, you will find a hell amount of subreddits just related to MILF, but you can also find with other keywords very good subreddits. But what I still recommend is still export the CSV and then check through the entire list, go through the subreddits, check where they are, and you can literally click on it here. You can open it directly in Reddit at the top. I will not do it in this case because that way I will have to censor the video, which I don't want to do right now. But as you can see, this is working absolutely amazing, and I think this is like the way how you should do research in 2025, or basically 2026, so you should do it now. And yeah, this is it for this video. This is how I would right now do my research. This is how I'm doing my research right now. This tool is the first link in the description. Besides that, I would also like to quickly mention my free Telegram group, where basically all people are just talking about Reddit in there. You can discuss, you can join, and ask me questions. You can text me privately on Telegram as well, and I will answer your questions as good as I can. So yeah, make sure to check that out as well. And besides that, guys, have a nice day and bye bye.